issue of where, if you had the choice, if the university came to you and they said, you have to make this call, there is more space, we've got this much square foot, do you want it to be more club office space or bookable meeting space, or would you like it to be private study space? Which choice would you make?
Just for this specific space. Okay, I would make it for club meetings. I would make sure that every club had space in this area to meet, and that if they weren't using it at that time, they could lease it out or rent it out, book it out.
Okay. All right, thanks. One of the other things that you have to work on is obviously code. Can you give sort of an explanation to those who don't know what code means?
Sure. Code is basically our constitution, if you will, for the Arts Undergraduate Society, and it is updated by and maintained by the Executive Committee, and it's full of everything, including job descriptions of all the positions of council members on AUS, all the portfolios that they hold, including philanthropy, sustainability, the newsletter, what those duties entail, and also rules about voting and how elections are carried out. And in order to, it's a constantly changing body it's a constantly changing document, because as we realize, oh, this isn't working very well, or something's been overlooked here, things are conflicting for no reason, we have to go through it and edit it. And part of VPI is doing code, and we will be having regular code committee meetings, which will be open to the council, and some that'll be open to all art students to have their input.
Now, I understand you had some ideas to do with code. Somebody was telling me that earlier. Could you want to sort of like elaborate a little bit on what your ideas are in terms of the future of code?
Okay. Yes, I believe it's not so much limited to code. It will be solidified in code. But essentially, it's kind of an overall vision for the structure of AUS. Like with any organization, if you want to increase the efficiency of a structure, then you have to break it down into the smaller parts. So I would like, with my code committee, to break down all of the tasks that are performed by AUS in any capacity into a list, and then organize those tasks into groups that are relevant, and from there create the positions that would need to govern those tasks and those jobs. I think that would be a more cohesive, efficient way of structuring the AUS executive team and all the positions involved, so that the jobs are relevant.
Okay, sounds good. I think we're going to wrap up around now. Would you like to give any closing remarks?
Just that my main agenda is to be increasing student awareness. There are some institutional barriers preventing the AUS from contacting all art students, primarily because student emails are private. And so we can't just broadly email all students and tell them about us, what we're doing, and what we'd like to do, and get their feedback, most importantly, on what they would like us to do. So I will be working with the administration to find a way that we can contact all students without their privacy being violated and without us actually knowing what their email addresses are, in order to increase their awareness about what we do and get their feedback as to what they would like us to do, and just make sure that they're aware that they can be involved. They can be involved through clubs, they can be involved through the AUS, or they can lobby the council members, and that way they can have a real strong say in how their money is being spent, how their student fees are being spent, and in what ways that would benefit them most.
All right, thank you very much, Elysia.
Thank you.